Hello, hello, everyone. So, first time going live. So, there's going to be some error. There's going to be some learning curves. I'm not even sure if this is working yet. So, I'm going to wait to see if anyone hops on. If not, then give it another try. Ah, there they are. Our nomads. So, Hickory Springs. Love it. So, getting a little comfortable here. All right. So I think I added a moderator, our good friends, Thrifty Nomads, Will and Jenny. So we got 3 people watching. Love it. Hickory Springs. Haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you're doing great. I know you're busy. You got a lot of things going on and hopefully kicking butt. I know a couple of weeks ago you told us how you had crazy fire sales and then it got quiet. I hope this weekend was loud. Real loud. All right, we got more people coming in, and Tiffany will be joining me in about like a few seconds. I swear, I'm not alone. She didn't leave me. So we want to talk about, first off, our channel. So we've been doing most of our IG lives on IG, but we want to move over here to YouTube and start creating a channel where we can both share what we watch and then also share some content of our own. So in terms of content, we're looking at sharing our journey mostly. We're going to show you how we do things. We're going to show you what works for us. We're going to also share, ideas on how we're evolving.
Yeah, he spoke for both of us.
You got a few people. So we got Cindy. We got
and
Brenda
here.
Loretta, appreciate so much love here.
And Val. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Just 10 Pac-Man is here.
So we wanted to pretty much give you guys an idea of what we wanted to do with our channel. So we're still going to do similar to what we've been doing already. So we're going to talk about health. We're going to talk about reselling. And we're going to talk about things that motivate us and try to keep things positive, because if you haven't seen our motto yet, is we're trying to be positive and profitable. Today in the morning, we had a live in our once a month show we have with
Yvonne, Kenneth from IB Flipping Daily, and Julie from Casa Chic. And it's the Diversity 1099 show that we do once a month with them. We just went over some of our reselling tips and screw-ups, and what else did we talk about? Taxes a little bit, how we're handling our taxes since it is tax season.
Yeah, getting ready for it. Again, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. We'll do our best to catch them. It's a lot easier to read questions on the chat here than it is on IG. IG could get hectic. But we also agreed to do a lot more impromptu IG lives, because we like talking to everyone in different platforms. So why not?
Yes, coffee.
Yes.
We have our
we got our coffee.
Matching cups. Hugo doesn't know how to use the handle. There it is. So how is everyone? I know Lisa was outsourcing today and got a ton of goodies. And then Nomads was listing away until eBay kind of slowed him down a little bit.
He's too quick for eBay.
That's what's going on.
He's too quick for eBay.
It's that dual screen.
Can't handle. Well, so talking about our channel, though, I'm going to start creating playlists, and Tiff's going to help me too. And we're going to do playlists related to certain topics. So I'm going to have one that's motivation, and those are the videos that we feel are motivating. So if you guys are ever down or feel like a little pick me up, you guys can always go to that playlist and check out what we got going on. We'll keep adding to that. Then we'll also have another playlist on there set with reseller tips that people we follow and talk about. So things that we find useful. So you guys can go on there in case you guys are looking for certain tips.
I know we talk about some of the different videos that we watch on our Insta stories, but here it'll be on a very clear list for you guys to click on. I know we talk a lot about Reseller Revolution. They've just been putting out so much great content lately. And then today, Christina had her video on how to clean suede and different types of shoes. We haven't gotten a chance to look at that yet because we've been working all day. But
yeah, we had a lot of shipping to do. If you guys got a chance to check out our IG, if you and also if you're not already subscribed, if you happen to fall into this channel, I don't know how you fall into our channel, but if you did, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that little bell so you guys will know when we go live and add videos. And then you guys can always go check us out on Instagram. We're Sell Quick Ship Quick on. Sell quick, ship quick. It's a tongue twister even for us. But put up there, we had a busy day shipping today.
Well, you shipped.
I shipped. You took a billion pictures. How many pictures did you take today?
53 items.
She's a beast. So that's 53 items. You photograph them?
I measured it. So when I photograph, I will photograph, measure, and bag all my items into boxes, and then I put all those boxes next to my desk so that they're ready to be listed whenever I get a chance to do it. And I'll always have inventory ready to be listed.
And then you already got that stuff on your phone or downloaded on the computer, so you just sit down and you got everything you need. Yeah,
and then next to my computer, I have my scale, so I'll do a quick weigh-in before I do my cross-posting, but I have it right next to my desk, which is super helpful. So even though I have a ton of inventory to get to, I think it was like a month ago, Loretta from Thrift Love Sell had talked about how she would rather have a big pile, her money pile, have a lot of inventory to list from than to not have any inventory at all. And that's exactly how we feel too, because with our busy schedules, sometimes our free time is, 8, 9 o'clock at night. Can't really go thrift then. So we have all our inventory ready to be listed. I don't have to worry about not having daylight to photograph. I photographed between when our live ended earlier today. So around, I think it was like noon, I photographed from 12 to 2:30. So in 2.5 hours, I took as many pictures as I could with the daylight coming in. And then those boxes are just ready to go.
Yeah. And then another thing that really helps out with your pictures, and that's why you can take a bunch of pictures and put them away, is your little frame, right?
Oh, yeah. So for the measurements, I have my measuring tape taped to the table. So then as I'm folding the item to ready for bagging, I just measure it, and I have a little picture frame that I created, something that I got from Rally Roots, something that I adapted from what they do. And I created a little picture frame with their Sell Quick Ship Quick logo in it. I have the item title just in case pictures get messed up when I upload it. It's got the size of the item and then simple measurements. I do chest and length for tops and for dresses, and then I will do the size, the waist, inseam, rise for pants and shorts.
Yeah, and things change. So when we first started, there wasn't a big care for the rise. People were just asking for the inseam really in the waist. But then as high rise started kicking in, more questions for high rise. So that's why she started adding manually that high rise or low rise. That's all high.
High waisted, low waisted, whatever's in.
Whatever's in. So just another example of things are always changing, especially with clothing. I mean, you're going to have different clothing that's in, it's out, seasonal. You got a lot of coats.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if we got any questions going on here.
Oh, Loretta's got 20 items ready to list tonight.
Awesome.
And she's got a new shelving setup that Rob built for her, which is really cool.
That was a really awesome shelving setup. Like, that looks like, I think you could also, like, say your kids want to have a sleepover, you could make a bunch of bunk beds right there.
Yeah.
They were pretty big.
Loretta fit in it.
Yeah.
So you can fit like 6 kids in there.
Or one Hugo. All right. So this weekend was interesting for us. So we've talked about it in our IG. We ship we try to stick to our name. We sell quick and we ship quick. So we do our best to answer offers as soon as possible. We don't let them sit around.
Thrifty Santa's here.
Hey, Santa Claus or Thrifty Santa.
But we do offer, so we do same day handling up till 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Yeah. So if you don't know, you can offer same day handling and cut off at a certain time. Because we have other jobs as well, I have to head out to the restaurant in the morning to do inventory, pretty much go get the produce, the meat, and everything for the restaurants. So I have the cutoff at 6 a.m. So what I do is I wake up at about 7 a.m., check the phone, see if I have to ship anything. If I don't, I get another like hour of sleep. If I do have to ship, then I put that into play and get up and go take care of that. But that adds to what, helping us get sales out. And the reason for it is, again, it's not easy to do same day, no matter when your cutoff is, because you got to pressure that if you don't deliver, if you don't get that to the post office, you will get dinged on your account. But what helps is it shows the buyer, especially because eBay has now the opted in guaranteed delivery time. So people have an idea that they can get it in 2-3 days, depends on when they buy it. But if we offer same day, it helps boost us up in that guaranteed delivery dates.
But this last weekend, I think this was our best sales weekend.
I mean,
maybe
overall it could have been. I mean, we've had some good sales. It's just not always amazing sales. But one thing's for sure is our Posh woke up.
Yes.
Our Poshmark woke up. So for those who might not know, we sell on multiple platforms, and we encourage to do what you can
and diversify
at least 2 in some way, just because you never know if something goes wrong in one platform or changes.
Or like today, eBay slowed down. It was, messing up listings. But if you have other platforms, TradeZ, Mercari, Etsy, Poshmark, The Real, Vinted. I don't know. There's so many out there.
There's so many out there. If you guys know of any uncommon platforms, drop it in the chat. Just curious to see if we find any that we've never heard before. One that I hear about, but I've never even looked at is, what is it? Bonanza?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know Orlando at Pure Hustle Podcast talks about it because he has the stuff up there, and he's randomly got in sales. Crazy. But so we sell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and then we do FBA. At one point, we
have 5 listings on Etsy. We're not as quick on Etsy's listings, but we do have like 5 things on there.
It's true. We have Etsy too. But no, FBA wise, so we're trying to get better at FBA, but really right now with the thrift stores being what they've been, we've put a lot of our focus on over to
the thrift store stuff.
Yeah, so eBay, Mercari, and Posh.
Yvonne said there's a
Relove?
Maybe.
I don't know. But I'm going to look at that one.
But we did have our Poshmark woke up, and I know a lot of people talk about bundles, and we always get people adding things to their bundles all the time.
Oh, yeah. We got tons of bundles preset.
Yeah. And we'll see like so-and-so added something to their bundle, except we never get an offer on the bundle.
We send out offers on those bundles.
And nothing ever happens.
Not even a decline. They just leave it there and expires.
But yesterday, we had put up in our Insta story, someone bought their first bundle. It was just a shirt and I think a pair of jeans. And then within minutes after the customer purchased those 2 items in one bundle, she proceeded to keep adding things to another bundle.
We were confused, like, is she gonna?
She's toying with our emotions.
I remember that post I put out on IG, roller coaster.
Well, she ended up adding 4 more items to the bundle, and then we made 2 bundle sales to the same buyer.
Yeah. So we got 2 bundles to the same one. So one was a 2 item bundle, and then the next one was 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
really
fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that was exciting. So I made sure to do my version of cute packing. I individually wrapped them in tissue paper. And then I paired up a shirt with a jean as though I'm creating an outfit. And I put that in not wrapping paper, and tissue paper. Then I threw that all in a box. I could be cute. I've wrapped gifts for her, and it's very obvious that I've wrapped gifts for her. So I stick to just bags.
You also scrapbooked for me once. That was interesting. Yes, fancy Hugo. And then Mercari was good too. Mercari, I think we sold
we got
3?
Well, actually, no, we have items, but I forget. So we ship, like I mentioned earlier, we ship fast, so we ship Saturdays as well. And I'll do my best to wait until 4 in the afternoon when our post office here closes. So I'll wait until 4 in the afternoon to get the final items out. So yeah, we did have multiple Mercari sales. It's just that the ones that sold for today's shipping was only 1, but we had a couple more on the other side.
Oh, Loretta, glitter, unicorns, butterflies is a must with Posh. So we don't actually do. When we first started Posh, we were concerned. We were a little intimidated. We were following different Poshers online, and the advice kind of ranged. There were people putting little thank you cards and stickers and adding candy and adding bracelets
gifts,
and a lot of stuff. And we did not do any of that. And we just, I think the most we did was put tissue paper.
Yeah.
For some, until we got the plastic bags.
Yeah, and then you put, you made small thank you cards, but it was like a small batch. And I was like,
we got a stamp.
Yeah.
I just got a stamp and I put like, thank you for your purchase. I think that was it.
That was it.
Oh, thanks a bunch. And it was like a bunch of flowers on the stamp.
But I think a part of it is because we have that eBay mentality where it's all about making sure your item gets there at a good time, safely, as described, and in good condition.
Yeah.
We forget to add cute because we're eBay people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we never did. I think I did 1 handwritten card at the very beginning. But I'm not really good at writing like little notes like that. And so I think we did 1 or 2 and then we stopped, and then I got like the stamp, and then we just stamped the package with thank you. And
if I were to write a thank you card, it would look more like a medical prescription. I have horrible handwriting. When I write notes to her, I end up having to translate sometimes.
Well, I think there's like a picture of a card that you gave me once. The Valentine gram?
Yeah. I think you can read it
from
backwards.
The 7th grade,
yeah.
The writing hasn't changed.
No.
I think it's gotten worse. I think it got worse.
Yeah, so we didn't do any of the thank you cards.
But some of our sales, we talk about diversifying on your platforms, but I think diversifying on the kinds of items that you're selling too. This
weekend was
all over the place. And when I'm the one that sources the clothes for the most part, and Hugo kind of does the hard goods, but we pick up everything. I think the only thing I don't pick up too much of is like kids' clothes, but I won't really discriminate against men's clothes or women's clothes. For me, it's not difficult to do the pictures for them. I don't mind taking pictures for them. I kind of treat it like a game because I time myself and how fast I do it with myself. But this weekend it was like men's clothes, women's clothes, shoes. Did we pack shoes?
Yeah, clogs.
Oh, and we sold shoes.
Yeah.
And a typewriter.
Yeah. So again, being diverse, because on Posh is always clothes, and you could also do makeup and stuff, but we don't. So
yeah, and Hickory Springs does make a good point. Men's clothes are way less picky. And also, I know Loretta doesn't like doing clothes, except for like the really good stuff.
But we got Reseller Revolution.
Yeah, but Loretta had we had returns. We had 3 returns this weekend.
When it rains and she actually made a good point.
I think we had 2 returns, and then Loretta messages said that 3 is her lucky number, and it happened.
Yeah.
Wait, did we get 4? Oh no, 4 was the Posh mess up.
Yeah, that was I messed up on Posh. I'll tell you guys again. I mentioned it in our earlier conversation with our Generation 1099.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had returns.
And it was all clothes.
Yeah.
It was a women's new with tags, Alice and Olivia silk top, mother corduroy jeans, and one other thing that didn't fit and they wanted to return.
Shoes, some Torrid shoes.
Oh, and then Torrid flats for women. Yeah, so all women's items, all women's fashion that got returned to us. And
in order to be favorable, we put all these costs into our items, but we do mostly free shipping on clothing that is lightweight.
Yeah.
And then also do free returns. For, again,
I mean, we stuff. Kind of test, we're all our items are a little bit different. You know, some of them we do have free shipping, free returns, and some of them we don't. And we kind of test the waters. Like today we sold an Anthropologie Maeve top and it was $4.99 shipping. We didn't get an offer for it. The buyer just bought it with the shipping. And there were other ones that had free shipping. So, you know, we're still testing it. We have some that are free shipping and some that are plus shipping, and both kind of get sold anyway. So
so it's hard to really say like which one's best for us because they both end up going out. So I mean, Posh really was great with clothing. We had 2 bundles. I mean, that was great. We sold shoes on Posh. And then on eBay was a lot of hard goods. We had like 2 clothing items on eBay, I think, maybe 3, but it was just different clothing items, including another typewriter. That's always fun. Typewriter. What else? We got vintage office things like
sold a stapler.
Yeah, stapler. But again, it's a red stapler. It's really nice. And what else do we got on there? Oh no, the clogs are actually.
Oh, your Nintendo game that you just picked up this week.
Oh yeah, we went out sourcing, and we're out with Orlando from Pure Hustle podcast, and picked up a Nintendo 64 game, and it lasted 2 weeks before it sold.
And 1964 board game.
Yeah, I mean, part of the thrifting part, I like to try to save some items sometimes when I think some things are worth saving in terms of we're not going to make a lot of money, but it probably shouldn't get thrown away because somebody might care for this. So I get those feelings for things sometimes.
Did you watch Office Space?
No.
Oh.
I know the red stapler is.
I think it is from that.
Yeah.
I only remember like bits and pieces of it. Oh, and then media. We sold your Queen CDs.
Oh yeah, sold a packet, another anthology. That's what I tell you guys. If you guys have a chance to take a quick glance at media section, at least take a look at anthologies. Look them up, and they're not all great. But
no.
Sometimes they are.
Vintage candles is what we sold.
Oh yeah, that was kind of just.
I think when we were first starting out, we were trying to figure out what to source. I remember I think it was Loretta's, and I was looking at her hard goods. I'm going to be Loretta, and I'm going to go out, and I'm going to go look at hard goods. And then I found these like vintage colonial flower taper candles. They were old. They were intact.
In an original box?
Yeah, we got them for like $1. We sold them for $10, 10 whopping dollars.
Yeah. So, I mean, we still see and we talk, it's not necessarily junk, but it's just items that we source in the beginning that we try to sell that are not always necessarily worth our time to list. That's why we do our best to go through our inventory every now and then to try to clear out certain items that we just
I don't know how, and everyone runs their business differently. I don't know how many people actually do inventory checks. We did ours before the new year, and I went through and I checked all our inventory boxes, matched up with listings, just to make sure things were crossed off of the other platforms that we cross-post to, make sure that things didn't fall off of eBay's radar. Kind of just went through and made sure that things that we had were worth selling. If not, it was either going to get donated or auctioned off. But we just wanted to do a thorough run through before the new year. And Reseller Revolution, did we talk about what we expect on this channel? And will there be dancing?
Oh, there's going to be dancing, I'm sure. I can't help it. Oftentimes, so sometimes you'll be at a thrift store. I won't say any in particular because they're all very similar, and they'll have cheesy music. That's basically what I would put on in my ears anyways. So I end up getting caught dancing or singing along. Yeah. And I can't even sing.
I normally kind of catch him dancing because we don't source together. I mean, we're in the same store, but we always split. And so I happen to turn around and he's dancing in an aisle somewhere. So
you got to keep it fun. But to go back on what to expect in our channel, we are going to make content related to what we do again. So a couple ideas that we have. I want to do a video that's a little bit more thorough on how she does her amazing speed pictures, how she got like 50 something items in 2 hours, right?
Yeah, I hang things up. I think flat lace do look a lot nicer, in my opinion. Like Thrifty Nomads has a amazing flat lace setup. But in the room that I do take pictures in, it also subs as a guest room for when other resellers are coming into town, and mostly for my mother-in-law. So in there's already a bed, there's a dresser, the rack of clothes, our lights. So what's the easiest is having it on the wall. And then I did get that big hanger that I know Rally Roots got from Side Hustle Pros. I have that up for my men's items. And I think hanging things up is a lot faster for me in terms of taking pictures. Yeah.
So I want to do a video pretty much watching her do it, because I ship the clothes. I don't take pictures of it. I'll help her steam clothes and prep clothes so she can take pictures. But she does if anything, I think I'd slow her down if I try to help her. But I do want to do a video of how she does it so you guys could see what works for us. Also want to do a video on her cross-posting. She's really fast at cross-posting, but the key is finding a system that works.
Yeah.
And it's it's a layout that you do.
Yeah, it's a layout that I do certain windows that I have up so that I can drag and drop pictures onto the right platforms. And then I also have my notepad open, because when you're listing from the computer, you do need to put in the meta tag on the HTML section in the description to make sure that your listings go mobile. So I have my little notepad open so that I can copy and paste that into my listing to make sure it is mobile friendly. Hickory Springs. Yeah, you're welcome to stay here.
Yeah, come on by. Yeah, no, so she has a great system for that. And again, this is if you guys cross-post. Not everyone cross-posts, and cross-posting is not for everyone. Because one of the things you got to remember is if you cross-post and something sells, you better be on there to take it off the other platforms.
Because we've definitely messed up.
Yeah, I mean, we baby our eBay. So if something double sells, we'll take the hit on Posh or Mercari.
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally. It's just like if we make a mistake. So we actually spent about a week going through our inventory yet again, but specifically not just to see things, what they were worth or anything. It's really just to make sure if something sold on one platform, it wasn't on the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a process. But the beauty of that is when she has 10 listings that she'll do in a day, that technically means she gets 30 done because she cross-posts them across the 3 platforms. That's always very helpful. So those are 2 videos we have in mind now. And then we also said how we're going to be putting on videos that we like, and we're going to make playlists on our channel so you guys can always go see what we look at, see what we watch, motivation videos, reseller tip videos. We'll probably have a section for hauls. There's a billion hauls out there. Mm-hmm. What else? So that's pretty much what we have for our channel. And our channel is going to evolve. This is the first time we're doing a live here. We did a few lives on IG, but first time controlling our own YouTube. It was kind of confusing. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but we got it.
Yeah.
Much that on what we want to do here. But I did want to mention, so we had great sales this week, and we're really happy and appreciative for our sales. But in terms of tactics, it wasn't the normal for us. So it's just to show that you don't have to always list every day. So at a certain time, we were listing every day. Tiffany was working on the auction list too.
Yeah, and I had talked about in our IG lives that I was trying to keep our eBay store active, an active store is a happy store. So I had set listings that I would set to auction every night. I had my little eBay auction alarm on my phone. And I had a bunch of drafts saved, and I would do anything from 8 to 12 listings a day, which was going great for the first few months. But then things started selling, and then my drafts disappeared, and I didn't. Life happened, and our other jobs kind of took over, so some of those auctions are not getting listed in a timely manner, and then this week was really busy for us. My day job, I was really busy this week. I've been processing financial aid for students at the school, and trying to learn the program and stuff, so I've been spending a lot more hours at the office lately. So this last week, I think I was able to list on 2 days. And because like I said, I have those items next to the desk, I think on one of the days I was able to drop in 25 listings. And another day I did 2. And then it was like 2 listings, 0, 0, 20.
Yeah. And then on there too, I did my hard goods, electronic listings, like similarly, like maybe 2 on one day, then nothing, then 3. So in terms of being constant, it doesn't always happen, and it's not always in your control. But we were at least proactive in terms of answering messages that people sent us, offers. We make sure we answer offers. Even if messages, we were out of the house and we couldn't get to the inventory, we would reply and let them know as soon as we get home, we'll check those measurements, we'll check those details, whatever it is. So again, this is all up in the air. Nobody completely knows the real answer, but I think that activity helped us. And then in terms of Posh, the main thing that happened this time around was, one, we share on our own when we can throughout the day. It's become almost second nature, just going through and sharing. But
and we'll share when we're at the gym.
Yeah. Well, we're at the gym in between sets of stuff. We'll just share a certain amount of listings. But the other thing is, at night before we go to bed, while we're watching TV, we start sending out offers. So that's been helping. Most of them don't even accept our offers. They just start countering back, and we end up making a different deal, but it at least initiates.
Yeah, which is good. Loretta made a suggestion. We can do a fitness from home program for resellers.
Yeah.
We talked about that, about like,
at least the basic stretching we should do, because as a reseller, we end up sitting a lot. Sitting
a lot or standing a lot if you're outsourcing. Different things for like your wrists and your forearms from like typing all day.
Yeah, and I know it's hard. I mean, ideally, everyone would be propped up in this perfect posture at all times. But as you're typing and listing and editing, cleaning up pictures and all that stuff, you start slouching.
Yeah.
So you got to take a moment and do a couple movements. So we'll be more than happy to do a video on that too. And if you guys have any suggestions on videos you'd like to see from us, go ahead and put them in the comments later on, or put them here in the chat. We're open to ideas too.
And yes, we are definitely human. We make plenty of mistakes, and we try to learn from them, like not dropping off a FedEx package at the post office, not sending the wrong orders out, or the wrong size. Luckily, it was just the wrong size.
It was the wrong size. It was exactly the same pair of jeans. That one happened this week, a couple of days ago. We had multiple quantities, but different sizes of certain pair of jeans that we got. With tags, great stuff. Got a buyer, bought them, send them, because we're quick. We sent it by the next morning, and we get a case open. We're like, what? And sure enough, wrong size. My fault. But I didn't try to fight or anything. Immediately, I went on there, apologized. I told them the situation. We have multiple quantities and different sizes of this style. Apologize. Whatever Posh has to do to redo, get them a refund, let them do it, and we'll take care of them. And the beauty of it is, within an hour or so of that conversation, they reached out and asked us to redo the listing so they could purchase the right one, and they did. And they purchased at the same price. They didn't ask for a discount. Easy.
Yeah. Oh, Frenchie's here.
The real Stitch. Got all kinds of good sentences. Appreciate everyone in the chat too. And then if anyone's watching this later on, again, this is a live, so we're talking to people. And you guys, I'm sure if you're watching this later on, you can pull up that chat so you can see everyone's comments.
And that's Jenny.
Oh. Because she rode a lot.
Hickory went out at 4:30 and got a flat tire.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a good idea not to change your tire in 14-degree weather.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, it's good that your daughter was around to help take it to the post office for you. I'm sorry, you guys, but we don't know what 14-degree weather feels like.
No, for those who don't know, we're in LA. So we experienced the, what do they call it? The polar what?
Vortex?
Yeah, we experienced polar vortex. Certain parts of LA got slushy snow.
Yeah.
Because it got down to like 30
degrees.
30 degrees, yeah. That's as cold as we've ever seen it. So it's not to throw it in everyone's face. It's just we really don't know. But
so that's
on the
like
other
freezing
hand,
for us
that
because we
was
don't
freezing.
know what it's like.
Yeah. I wore a sweater that day. I was in shorts, but I wore a sweater.
It's true. Yeah, that's how cold it was if you goes in a sweater. So the eBay updates, and we wanted to talk about that. So the eBay seller updates, we watched Cindy from Reseller Revolution go into detail about the different updates, and we saw a video today, or I saw parts of it, right? Was it today or yesterday? Ryan from Rally Roots
we were
was
watching
talking.
it yesterday. He also did a review.
So, you know, everyone has been talking about the updates. You know, that was a big thing, and this is just like the pre-spring update, not like the big
not
update.
The big one, it's the early one.
It's like the Emmys of updates, because then the next one would be like the Oscars. That's like the big one.
That's the big one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
But the different things that changed, I know we've talked to different people about the good till canceled. And personally, for us, we already did good till canceled for all our items. And the only time we had some that were 30 days were accidents.
Yeah.
Accidental 30-day listings. Or we had some items that we were kind of testing out.
Yeah.
There were a few items that we had tested out, and we just leave a little note for ourselves to remind us that these items were on 30 days. But for the most part, all our items are already good till canceled. So the seller update didn't affect us very much with that in mind.
Yeah, I know the other concern a lot of people have is about stale listings, of them being up too long. A lot of people are talking about 90 days mark, like after 90 days, things just get lost, which is a possibility. I mean, we don't know for sure, but part of that is we're always active with our items. Our store has about 850 items. Yeah, but we will constantly go back in and check things out. So if we get to catch up an item is priced too high.
Yeah, we'll randomly go through and just kind of like go down and bulk edit different things and check prices and see if our prices are matching competing prices. And then Loretto talked about today on her story that she, you know, some items were priced too high and that's why they didn't sell. So we do try to be very proactive in our store. We don't do it every day. We don't do it every week, but it might be like once a month. It comes up like, hey, we should probably go through it and check it out.
Yeah, or in the middle of looking for an item that we're cross-posting and then we got to take off one of the other accounts, we catch that, you know what, that item is pretty expensive. And then we go back and check that out. So we're always keeping an open eye on that for that reason. Yeah,
Frenchie's not sure why people are freaking out about good till canceled. It's not that big of a deal. You know, we're still fairly new. We've been reselling more than just a hobby for about a year now.
Yeah.
And so we've only done good till canceled. So that's all we really knew. When we looked at 30 days, it just meant that if we did a 30-day listing, we had to remember to relist it. And with our schedule, we didn't want
to
mess up.
slip.
Yeah, we didn't want to let things fall through the cracks. We talked to a few resellers who have been doing this for a longer time, who are more veteran resellers, and their explanation for why 30 days versus good till cancel was what Hugo said about stale listings and about listings going stale if they end, or if you keep them as good till canceled. I might be butchering this. If you keep them good till canceled and they just continually relist, then all the info behind that one item stays the same. So your click-through rate will go down, right?
So
or your impressions.
Your impressions
goes down. And so if you do the 30 days and then you do a sell similar on your item, it like refreshes your item and it makes it look new. So if I had this mug up on good till canceled, then it would relist with the same 20 viewers from the previous 30 days. And then the next 30 or 60 days, it would go, 40 viewers, but it would just keep adding on. Versus if I had it up for 30, when I relist it, I could end it and sell
similar and then clean up the history on it. Which, again, we understand it definitely will look like a fresh new item. But for our model and our schedule, we're better off just letting it go. One of the other updates that have been talked about, so we went to eBay Open and we were happy that we got to go because we met with pretty much Reseller Revolution. We got to talk with them. And while at eBay Open, they were announcing all kinds of cool features that we still haven't seen.
Yeah, and Reseller Revolution, I think that's Chrissy talking.
Yeah.
The employee login functionality. So if you are eBay seller with employees under you, then
a lot of people end up using third-party programs like InkFrog, where you can limit what your employees can do under your account. So if we had employees, we can give them access through InkFrog to just go on and make drafts, or we can actually allow them to post. Well, eBay was supposed to come in and create a login and a setup so that we can have logins for employees with limited access, which, like Chrissy was saying, or Resale Revolution, would have been great, so you could get help from family without worrying somebody else is gonna.
Except that was eBay Open 2018, which was in July.
Yeah.
So that was 9 months ago.
Yeah. The other one was Offer to Watchers, which is coming out in this this upcoming one, or I think might be active. I haven't checked the desktop version. I've only been using my phone lately, but technically we're supposed to be able to have Offer to Watchers too.
Yeah. So hopefully that comes with the new updates. Yeah.
But we're excited. We don't know the exact dates yet, but we do know it's going to be towards the end of July. eBay Open. We're going to go. We don't know exactly how, but we'll make it happen because we had a great time meeting so many people. And this is before we knew a lot of people. So this time around, we're excited to see everyone again, and then everyone else that we now know and have met. We crossed paths with a lot of people that we now talk to here, but at the time we just said hello and crossed paths. So it's pretty exciting.
Oh, Frenchie's gonna go.
Oh, that's exciting. Definitely got to see Frenchie. I don't know if she's gonna show up in a police car and siren. I remember when she announced her live with Wade, she ended up announcing on a police car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was cool.
That'd be interesting.
We're gonna follow Chrissy around again.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out with Chrissy and Loretta and Cindy. So last time, and we were with Yvonne. It was a great group, and
we got to meet the ladies of Reseller Revolution.
Yeah, not sure how it happened, but we ended up hanging out with them for the weekend, or not the weekend, but the week that we were there.
Well, but everyone is just so nice. And we are so excited to see everyone again and hang out with everyone since we're all scattered. And everyone is just all over and in Canada.
Yeah.
So we're excited to see everyone. And we're going to go early too.
Yeah, we're going to do our best to get there early.
A day early.
At least, yeah, so we could have some downtime. Because for those who don't know, once the eBay open process starts, the conference starts, there's something to do almost every hour of the day. Then in the evenings, they have set places you can go and hang out. And so we're going to try to get there a day early to relax.
Mm-hmm. And nomads will be joining us.
Yes.
Yeah, so tickets are going to go on sale soon, everyone. So make sure that you are keeping up with that, because they do have pre-sale ticket or early sale tickets, and I think last year was like $50 cheaper if you bought it in the early sale.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact price, but Loretta, well, pretty much the ladies of Reseller Revolution were talking about it in their last morning chat that they do. So every Sunday morning they get together and do live chat and talk about their week and catch up. But they made a great point. Pretty much buy it. If you think you might want to go, buy it now.
Yeah.
And if for whatever reason you can't go, sell it later. There's going to be plenty of people looking for tickets. Last year they sold out.
Yeah.
So don't wait and think, oh, I'll get it later.
Key Lime Kisses says you wear red lipstick better than Marilyn Monroe.
Oh my. If you don't know what she's talking about, check out our Instagram. I will often, if not always, have a filter on. So part of the reason I've said it a couple times, I'm kind of camera shy. I know I'm doing this right now, but I have her with me. But if I'm just alone and I have no filter, I don't know what to say. But if I have a filter, I could say anything.
And he doesn't care.
No. But you should imagine what people see, because a lot of the times that I do those videos, I'm parked at a market before I go in for the restaurant in a crowded parking lot doing a video, lip singing, and people are walking behind me. So I'm sure that looks fairly interesting.
Oh, the cheerleader Snapchat filter?
Oh, that was great. And those filters vary, so that's why I end up with different ones all the time. And sometimes I'm listening to a song and it calls for a filter. Yeah,
and then I know we've had questions about those filters before. He goes on Snapchat, does the video, save
process.
it. Yeah, saves it and then puts it up onto Instagram, because the filters between the two platforms are different.
Yeah. And then also the Snapchat ones allow me to play music in the background to record over.
Yeah. Kenneth is here.
Awesome. What do you call it? So for any of you guys who didn't know, again, we said it earlier, but we've gotten seen people that come in and out of the chat. If you haven't seen our earlier this morning show, we were on Yvonne's what's the channel name again? Yvonne Thrifty Rich. And we are part of a monthly show there. So you guys can go check out what we had to say and contribute. We were talking about taxes and our errors, which again, I messed up shipping.
Oh, congrats, Jacob. Did we know that Amanda was pregnant? I don't know. I do not think so.
I don't think we knew, but now everyone
congratulations.
Here knows. Congratulations.
That's exciting.
Yeah. We got Swamp Picker in here coming in. That's exciting news.
Yeah. So everyone in this chat, were you all responsible and already did your taxes? Because we have not done our taxes yet.
No, anyone already got a head start and has them done. I know Orlando has been meeting. I don't know if he's done. I doubt he's done, but he's been meeting up with his CPA a lot, or his accountant person. And
then I know Lisa was doing it for this year.
Yeah. Okay. For this year.
So we're not the only ones that haven't done it.
Yeah. We keep saying Monday we're going to meet with our CPA. It's been a many Mondays.
It's been a many Mondays because today is Monday. We did not do it.
No.
Oh, Frenchie did it. Good job. Responsible reseller.
Now, Frenchie, when you did it, did you do it as because you were selling all year or selling part-time? Or full-time?
Taxes? Oh, it's like tip money.
Yeah, so just curious. Also in here, how many of you guys are full-time resellers? So you guys let me know in the chat because we're part-time. We have a bunch of different jobs. Like I said, restaurant, we have the reselling. We're personal trainers and we do restaurant managing for the financial part. And then you do you
financial
were teaching,
aid advisor.
Now you're financial aid advisor. Got all kinds of stuff. So we're not full-time resellers. We'd like to do full-time profits at part-time effort. I don't think that's easy, is it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Let's see, part-time, full-time, part-time, super uber part-time, key lime.
Key lime.
Swamp Pickers part-time, Cindy full-time, Lisa full-time, Hickory full-time. Kirsty failed at bookkeeping. Loretta is part-time going full-time profits.
Yeah. But she works hard. And I mean, being able to get high profits doing part-time, it comes down to organizing yourself and getting yourself a good routine.
And listing hot items.
Yeah, listing hot items if you want quick sales. If not, listing the appropriate long tail items, the kind of items you can let sit, but you know when it does sell, it'll sell for good money. But it's not easy to necessarily hit big part-time. You got to really be, disciplined.
Yeah.
I think that's a word.
I think a lot of that is discipline.
Yeah. Yeah. Got a bunch of part-time people. Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of reselling is it could be part-time. It could be full-time. I will say that going full-time is also dependent on where you live because cost of living makes a difference with how easy the transition to going full-time is. So at least around here, LA with us, like it's a little more expensive to be in LA. So we wouldn't be able to comfortably just do reselling on its own, which is why we do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But we like it.
That too.
I think that's the big takeoff from that.
Yeah, it's not easy. I have a cleaning lady starting Wednesday because I can't keep up. So you have to choose your heart. Oh, yeah, for sure. There's so many things that you got to do. And, we don't have kids, so for those out there with kids, it's just that much harder. We've been around Will and Jenny and they handle having a kid and sourcing well. And they're really good partners together. And they balance it effortlessly, in our opinion. Yeah. And so for those
little Enzo's like learning to be a little reseller too. He knows where he's going. He understands estate sales, garage sales.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have a child and all the responsibilities that come with taking care of a kid, and then housework and cleaning and laundry and cooking dinner and exercising and taking care of yourself. Plus, all that other stuff, like it's a lot to go on. And so you do have to pick your battles and what you're going to prioritize.
So if you need to get a clean lady and you can budget for it, awesome.
And then exactly bills that are associated with kids and kids getting sick and just, we got our own health bills. So you got to take care of that too. Chrissy up in Portland, she does the bins often. And so that's her trade-off, really good pickings at the bins. We do our retail stores because that is what is accessible to us because of our other jobs. With our time, where I work as a financial aid advisor, there's two Goodwills, an Out of the Closet, a Salvation Army, and then a couple of smaller thrift stores that are, 5 minutes in all directions from the school. So that's what I'm able to hit up. As for the bins, we do have the LA bins that are not too far from us, but personally, we don't enjoy going there very often. The bins that we do like, it's about an hour drive. So that is a planned trip because when we do go to the bins, it's, a few hours long, but it's an hour drive there, an hour drive back. That's a whole day.
If we go there, we make sure to stay there. Kiki's mom, what did Lisa say?
My schedule's all over the place, but I don't have children or partner. My house stays pretty clean. Yeah, and you know, for those of you that already know, we have a ton of animals. So we do have 4 rabbits and 2 cats, and we maintain them, I think, pretty well. But you know, it means like vacuuming, hair, and like all that stuff, and changing out their litter. And
because we got inventory that comes in and out here, what do you call it? Chrissy is really good with laundering, but we got laundry going all the time here. And then we also do our best to keep the hair clean because we got inventory everywhere and we don't want to constantly be lint rolling our items.
Oh yeah, where is Wasabi?
I don't know. Ginger's here. Come here.
So reselling, you know, it's hard because I think we've been trying to. Hey, Ginger, look. Hi, Mama.
So this is Ginger.
Hi.
We have Ginger and Wasabi because, well, we like sushi.
Hi. So reselling, how many hours are we spending? We've been trying to do a better job of tracking it, but part of this new year was I was starting my new job and I was going to get a more stable schedule. And right now, this last week was me adapting to it. I think within the next few weeks, we're going to try and develop a better system in tracking our reselling hours.
Yeah, especially because your schedule is still settling down.
Yeah.
There's still
hours though to, I would say like 15 to 20 hours, maybe like the whole week. I don't, you know, and I know thrifting is part of the job, but we like to thrift anyway, so it doesn't feel like that's working.
Yeah, I mean,
but like the hours that we're putting into taking pictures and listing and all that, I really only do clothing pictures once a week, and it's usually either a Monday or a Friday, and I'll do it for a few hours. And it's anywhere from 2 to 5 hours if that's my time block.
Yeah, and in terms of shipping, thanks to her great system that she developed, shipping doesn't take too long. Today's shipping took a little bit longer, but again, we had a bunch of packages. Thankfully, Posh packages are easy to ship.
It was your typewriter that took a while, right?
Yeah, typewriter, and I had it just took a little bit of time, but that's because I want to make sure it's safe. Part of the reason I like picking things up, like I said, is because I want to keep them from getting thrown in the trash or broken. So I'm not shipping it just to get a sale. I want to make sure this item gets there safe and
gets used.
Yeah.
Social media. How many hours dedicated to social media?
Social media, that's every day, all day.
But going fun. On social media is fun for us. You know, we both really enjoy looking at everyone's stories and kind of keeping up with everyone. And, you know, because reselling, our coworkers are you guys, and that's where we see you online.
Yeah, I mean, we have friends, and we our last week's chat
talking about our support group.
Yeah,
and
you guys can find it on our channel here.
But we have 2 friends that are our real life, like nearby friends who, you know, as a hobby will do reselling to fund their shopping money. But we like to go online and watch everyone's stories and see what everyone's up to, and kind of catch up with everyone. There are a few people that we talk to every day. And so when we go on, it's just us chatting with a coworker.
Yeah, and I often make that reference because like seeing when you have, like, for instance, will go on and talk about his day, good morning, everything. Like, that feels like I'm literally peeking over the cubicle wall to talk to my coworker who's saying good morning and telling me about his day. And then I'm the coworker that is not working because he's
the one that slows down productivity.
Yes.
Yeah, very much so. Do you produce it? Do you watch it too? Yes.
So we watch it. We do our best to watch it. And by watching it, it's not always sitting there with the actual screen and looking at the screen. We often listen to a lot of it. So we love going through Reseller Revolution's videos. What helps with their videos that we like is they're short snippets. They're about 15 minutes long, some a little bit longer. And they're very specific to what we are trying to figure out. So we saw one on jewelry. I have no idea. I've always wanted to learn jewelry.
And then there's the one on the heat gun. Christina was using a heat gun and like blew our minds with it. Yeah. So we do watch it, and we watch different, like haul videos. I'll have them playing in the background, and that's how I actually started learning brands, because I'm not big on fashion. I'm in gym clothes all the time. So when we first started reselling, and we were trying to do clothing because it's such an abundance here, I would have hauls playing in the background. And I would be at a thrift store with my headphones on, listening to a haul, or, just listening to different tips on reselling. So I kind of treat it like a podcast sometimes. Yeah, same here. And in terms of hauls, I know right now there's a lot of talk about whether they're good, bad, harmful. The thing we're taking from hauls is not necessarily the brands that they're saying, it's understanding the styles that they represent. So in terms of the clothing, it's not just because they say J. Crew, but it's the style of that J. Crew and seeing if other styles that are other brands. Yeah, because, if you listen to a haul video, you can hear Free People all day long. But not all Free People sells well. So if I'm on the other end and I'm watching this video and they're talking about Free People and all I hear is Free People, and I go out and I pick up every single Free People item, it doesn't mean it's going to sell. I need to learn what style is in. Yes, I learned a brand from a haul, but that's not the only thing that I'm taking away from it. Yeah. So if you're going to watch a haul video just to copy it, I'd say beware, because there's plenty of people out there that are doing the same thing. So you guys are both competing for the same item, and then you're selling the same item exactly. So that gets a little difficult. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Will. And Jenny.
And Jenny.
Actually, Jenny and Will. Jenny's in the chat.
Okay.
Will is possibly playing video games.
I don't know. I have a big TV over there with Call of Duty calling my name too.
And yes, Kiki. Lisa, I have to check in every night to see how my friend's days went. I worry someone goes missing. We do that too. I think there was a few days Will didn't do his Insta story, and we were checking in on him to make sure he was doing okay.
But he was just killing it on shipping and selling. So that's always fine too.
But we are at the end of our live. Thank you everyone for joining us. We appreciate you all. We will be on Instagram, and we'll probably be chatting with you guys on there.
Yeah. So from now, we're going to head out to the gym and do our part to stay healthy, and then probably come back and do some listings and watch TV.
Yeah. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful night, and we will see you next week.
Yeah. And if you guys could do us a favor, hit that like button to make sure we know we're doing the right thing here. And if you have any comments, leave them there. The chat will stay on. But anyone watching this later, thank you again for coming back to watch our stuff.
And we're Sell Quick,
Ship Quick.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.